So just recently I watched A Quiet Place, and I know I'm really late to seeing this movie. It's just that the past few years I haven't been into horror movies. They just all feel the same and rely on the same tropes and jump scares and all that. But after watching A Quiet Place, I'm really happy I decided to watch it. And easily it's one of my favorite movies, and by far my favorite horror movie I've ever seen. So here's why the movie is so good.
Jim.
So John, I'm not saying that because I know I'm gonna butcher it.
Krasinski.
Is one of my favorite actors just from The Office. That's the only thing I've ever seen him in before this movie. And man, he's just so good in this. I just never knew that he could pull off something like this. Because obviously this is a polar opposite from The Office. And at first seeing him in this serious role was kind of weird. But he just nailed it.
Spooky.
So my problem with most horror movies is they're not scary. They just usually rely on these loud noises and jump scares, and it's just really annoying. But this movie is just completely different. So the whole gimmick of the movie is that you can't make any noise. Now there's these creatures that we don't really know much about, and their hearing is so sensitive, that's what gets characters killed. If you make noise loud enough, they will spot you. So just about every sound in the entire movie puts you on the edge of your seat. And at times you just go completely silent with the characters. And there's also the fact that we don't know much about these creatures, so it factors into the fear of the unknown. But this movie just gives a great vibe of being uneasy and just terrifying. And it's a feeling I never got in a horror movie before.
The sound design.
Now, since sound plays such an important role in this movie, it was important that the sound design was great. And it was fucking amazing. They made sure that you can hear every little noise. And that just added to the tension of the entire movie. And there's this character, the daughter Reagan, who's deaf. And whenever the movie focuses on her, the movie goes completely silent. And that just added a whole nother layer to the movie.
The characters.
Every character has their own unique personality, even though there's barely any talking in the movie. And you could just tell what everyone's character was. And the acting was just top notch, especially from John and Emily. There was just so much emotion in this movie. I'm not gonna lie, I did cry towards the end. This part was just so goddamn good.
Cinematography.
There are just some goddamn beautiful shots in this movie, and just amazing camera work. You can tell that every scene was meticulously shot.
Jim.
I also didn't know that John also directed this movie. I'm pretty sure this was his debut film, and my god, if this is his first movie, I cannot wait to see what other things he can do. This movie just made me wish there was more horror movies that tried something different, because I've never seen something like this in a horror movie before. And it was everything I talked about that just made it so damn special to me, and I'm probably never gonna forget this movie.
Dwight Schrute.